Okay, well, we're live now. So the first thing I want to say is happy holidays to everybody is for some people, holidays are coming up, which is Christmas. I know in England they celebrate Boxing Day, and I'm still really not sure what that is. I think it's about giving gifts as well. In Spain, they celebrate St. Stephen on Boxing Day, so there's a lot of holidays coming up. So I kind of want to start off by showing everybody my Christmas tree. As a good, I suppose, Christian Catholic, which I'm not a practicing one, but I was raised Catholic, and so I believe Santa Claus is part of my Christmas experience. And my cat is going to throw all my clean laundry on the ground right now, so I'm um, so I want to start by showing my Christmas tree. So let me focus on this for a second and see if it's possible. I want to screen share. And of course, it's not there. So what do I have to do to make it there? That's nothing. Perfect. So that's not going to work at the moment. I've made this really pretty picture, and now it looks like I'm not going to be able to show it to everybody, unfortunately, if I send it to myself. So anyway, well, as I'm doing this, as I'm trying to speak and do some things here, why don't Marco, do you celebrate Christmas, right?
Yes, of course. In this purpose, I do think Italian people are similar to Spanish ones. We have similar tradition and the roots in some way, no? We are Catholic, and so for us, Christmas is the best period, the best year spell, no? For many reasons. Of course, for the Catholic, because it's the Jesus Christ birth, and also on the other side, for the commercial side, of course, for especially for young people, it's time to open the gifts, the presents. No, so I do think many people, many young people especially, but in some way, all of us, we are waiting for these days to live with our family, with our beloved ones. So since I remember, if my memory serves me right, but since I was a very young boy, these moments were the best ones in the whole year. Of course, at my age, it's a bit different. No, you can imagine. Of course, because I I've lost that magical no feelings or situation that I lived when my parents were alive. I used to live with my brother, and I waited for Christmas because we gathered all together with other my relatives, and we we spent fantastic time all together. And sorry, but for me, of course, those type of feelings never come back. Of course, now I am a father, I am a husband, and I try to do my best for my children. I don't know if I am able to do that, but that's my purpose, my aim at this at this age. But of course,
Yep.
you know, the atmosphere around us, it's also fantastic. Going there, looking at all the bright lights, shop, going there, try to catch the best gift for your, in my case, for my co-workers, for my wife, for friends, for sons. It's a fantastic moment.
Well, I completely agree, and I think if I do this correctly, I can show you my Christmas tree now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect.
So it might be a little small, but this is my Christmas tree, and I've added the stars in 2017 to make it a little bit more festive.
Wow.
And yeah, that's about it. And you can see my email and everything. So
I can see, if I'm not wrong, an Xbox pad or not.
yeah, that actually was from my aunt to my husband. And then next to it, there's a little heart that actually represents our wedding day, which is today, a year ago.
Oh,
So
nice.
we have some
Very
special
nice.
ornaments on there and some non-special
Oh, great.
ornaments.
Original, sure. That's sure.
Well, yeah, it's not perfect, but it's getting there. So, you know, I like stars. It's a black Christmas tree, so it's a little like me. I like the color black. I like silver.
Yeah.
There's some blue in there, and so it's kind of, you know, it's really beautiful when the tree is lit up. I don't know, I just really enjoy it. So that's my
It's very
Christmas tree.
beautiful. Very beautiful. My best compliment.
Thanks. Thank you. I think every year it will get better. And actually, one of the big things this year, I've asked my parents to send some of my Christmas ornaments.
Yeah, great.
So that is a big step. That basically means I'm not living in Wisconsin anymore ever again. So they'll send some, and I said to leave some there just so that when I do go home, I have some on the Christmas tree. But it's time that I bring the ornaments here. So
Sorry, I suppose it shouldn't be your first Christmas away from your family in Wisconsin, probably.
technically, it's my fourth.
Yeah. No,
I think
I suppose
third or
that
fourth.
probably it's your first wife.
Yeah, like family stuff. Yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
yeah,
It
family
is.
stuff.
So it's really quite strange. It doesn't seem like Christmas. There's no snow. It's actually pretty nice outside at the moment in the
Yeah.
sun. So I have a cinnamon candle burning at the moment to get some smells. You know, the Christmas tree. We have a nativity set as well. I've got Santa Claus and let me see. I can show you on my phone. It might be a little bit easier. There we go. The nativity set, or they call it like the Bethlehem, actually, here.
Wow.
You can see that?
The crib.
Yeah,
Your crib.
kind of, you know, it's got the three wise men, the angel, Mary, Joseph, and baby Jesus. I set that up because I have it and because it's very Spanish. That's one of like the most important decorations here in Spain.
Also in Italy, eh?
And then
No, I was saying that in Italy it's a very tradition um, to arrange to prepare the crib representing the Jesus Christ nativity.
Absolutely. And then I have a little American touch here on my little love sign. I have Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus.
Nice. The little
So
Father Christmas.
exactly. So that's kind of my Christmas decorations, and every year I hope to get something
Nice.
a little bit more. So I'd like to ask Ken about Christmas. I mean, you don't celebrate it, but you've seen it in movies. We're talking about it. What do you think? I mean, what's your opinion of Christmas?
Oh, Japanese Christmas is complicated. Yes, because you know maybe according to Wiki, 2.6 Christians here. So we imported custom Christmas from maybe mainly America or Western world, and we arranged the Christmas Day in a for the celebration. So when I was a kid, I received a gift from my parents. So I know that custom, but yeah, maybe
From your
many
parents or Santa?
Santa, yeah, which means my parents.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I know,
we
you're ruining the magic, Ken. From Santa. Okay, perfect.
celebrate customs, but maybe not a serious religious sense. Also, uh, kind of Christmas is a 1980s magazine promoted a lot. Christmas Eve is a romantic day. So since then,
Oh.
people are kind of obsessed to dating on Christmas Eve.
Really?
So
That's like a tradition
yeah,
in Japan?
maybe new tradition. Yeah, kind of these
Okay.
several decades. So, and many people don't, Japanese people don't know Christmas is not such a day abroad. They just say, like, maybe jokingly, I don't have a boyfriend or girlfriend at Christmas Eve, such thing. So I'm I'm tired to explain what it is. So I just said, oh, maybe. Yeah, I just said casually.
Interesting. So good. And you said today and tomorrow are holidays. So what holidays are
Today
you
is the Emperor's
celebrating?
birthday. Emperor's birthday. So it's a holiday.
Okay.
I
Okay.
support emperor system here, so, so I like holiday, but maybe yeah, I don't support the system. That system here. It's
Okay.
complicated actually. So because in Western religion, maybe not Western religion, maybe Christianism, Christianity, Judaism, and Muslims, they say kind of mm, monotheism. So
Hmm.
God is one, but in Buddhism and native Japanese religion, which is called Shintoism, it's a lot of gods. It is said 8 million gods are living in Japan in Shintoism. So maybe we imported such customs in our own kind of religious sense, maybe.
Hmm.
So so yeah, maybe these Buddhism, Shintoism mixed together in the Japanese mind or rituals. Also, we imported a lot of such things from Western world. So that's
Hmm.
mixed together in Japanese mind, the modern Japanese mind, I guess. Yeah.
Well, interesting. I know here in Spain they've adopted Santa Claus because here the three wise men come, and I don't know if that happens in Italy or not. But here the three wise men come the night of January 5th.
Mhm.
And so on the 6th, kids get gifts, and that's really the main kind of holiday for them. They've added Santa in the past few years, in the past decade or something, just like they've added Halloween. Now everyone dresses up for Halloween, and about 15 years ago, no one did. So I think it's the influence of the United States, and I don't know why. If it's probably the movies. That's the only thing I can really think of.
I,
That people see things in movies and such.
yeah, Hollywood movie is pretty kind of influential to the world. Yeah, nowadays.
Hmm.
Yes. Yeah.
So I think that's it. I actually need to watch some Christmas movies, and I started listening to Christmas music today. So I'm a little behind on everything. So, um, but I want to talk a little bit more. I do want to discuss other holidays and things, but I'm curious, Marco, about the traditions in Italy. What do you do for Christmas Day? Do you have the three wise men? Um,
As I said earlier, um, I imagine in some way we are quite related to Spanish. Of course, you are not Spanish, but your husband is. So he should know, of course, his tradition. But in Italy, of course, it's more in the past because younger generation are not so influenced or affected by uh, Catholic religion, or not many of them want to go to the church to celebrate, you know, the mass. But generally, especially of course for elderly people, in the Christmas Eve, usually they go to the church and celebrate the Jesus Christ nativity at the midnight with the mass. No, so that's it's a very usual and important religion celebration. But for other people, of course, the most important date is the following day, in the 25th. So in Christmas, at Christmas Day, of course, because normally in Italy is the day that most of the people want to dedicate to their family, to their relatives. So for us, it's normal to gather all together and have an endless meal from the lunch to the dinner, maybe. Of course, with some break during that, but that's the general idea. What we actually live that day, you know. So I'm going to do that in my own, with my family, with my wife and my children. My brother and his wife is going to come to my home, and my eldest son is going to take his girlfriend. So probably we should be at least seven people and live together this magical atmosphere, watching TV, of course, eating our lasagna and probably roast beef. I don't know what my wife is going to prepare, but I'm sure it will be a scrumptious meal. Yeah. And that's in Italy. We normally live that day, stay all together, and remembering our, of course, in the morning, or in the Christmas morning, I suppose in every family, people are going to open the gifts, the present they have laid no, under the Christmas tree. So you know, it's a kind of weird, but at Christmas, no, all the people feel to be a bit better, no, or good. Even it's probably it's not so for many of us, but in Italy that's our purpose, and I suppose also in Spain, in the Western, for children that they go to school, they have a long holidays. No? For example, my younger son, he's 17 years old. Today, it's been his last day at the school. He's going to restart next year after the Epiphany, no? The last holiday for young people, they go to school, so they have a very long period of break for the school.
Yeah, same thing
More
here.
or less, that's of course we have some special Italian sweet. I don't know if you haven't heard about panettone or pandoro. They are very
No.
famous. No, but I imagine, but very famous, and I could bet my bank accounting that you loved those type of cakes. but of course we have our tradition, but stay all together. It's our best way to celebrate Christmas.
It's okay. I know.
Have you ever heard? Have you ever seen?
I've seen it in
Yeah,
the grocery store.
yeah. It's a very typical Italian cake, and they have very ancient roots. Pandoro from Verona, the city of Romeo and Juliet, no, you know, and the panettone from Milan. They are made with the soft pastry. Sprinkled with sugar powder, and in the panettone it's filled with dried fruits and raisins.
Yeah, I see that. It's funny because it's here in the supermarkets as well, and I didn't realize it.
Yeah, because they are international, renowned.
Yeah. So that's quite interesting. I actually think I'm gonna make a chocolate cake, and I actually make it from Greek yogurt, and it's super good. But it has nothing to do with Christmas. Normally, my mom makes Christmas candy and cookies and things, and that's what she's doing these days, making Christmas cookies and decorations and stuff. So, it's sad that I'm not there. But last year, I decided that if I'm going to live in Spain for a long time, I need to start making my own traditions here. So, we also have a gingerbread house. Bread house.
Yeah, I know.
I bought like the pieces to cut out the house, and I haven't done anything. So I think that might be for next year. But I'd like to do things different, have my own traditions, and so when I am in Spain for Christmas, I can kind of do my own thing and not feel bad. So, yeah. Ken, I want to ask, do you have anything similar to you wouldn't have anything similar to Christmas, would you, or kind of like a big celebration or anything kind of similar?
Biggest celebration is the New Year holidays. So,
and when is your New Year this year?
Maybe 100 years ago, Japan, shifted to the samurai time to, how can I say, to modern kind of nation type nation. I forgot what does it call in English. At that time, government ordered people to celebrate New Year's Day according to solar calendar, so which is same as in the Western world, kind of. Yeah. But I think other Asian countries, China celebrates a New Year's Day in according to solar, a lunar calendar.
Exactly.
So solar New Year starts, a holiday starts 29th usually. And first 3 days are usually day off, but and so how many days can get take off is up to workers and companies, because nowadays supermarket, shopping mall, a lot of so-called service industry opens even in the New Year's Day. So some workers have to work actually on New Year's Day.
Yeah, that happens in the United States, and here I'm sure something will be open or not. It depends, but probably not. But the grocery stores are super busy these days with people, buying food, last minute things they need for the holidays. And so it's kind of terrible to go shopping at the moment, because there's so many people everywhere. And, in the streets they have lights, they have Christmas music and stuff. So it's kind of fun. So good. And yeah, actually, here they think of New Year's Eve as kind of Christmas, because they celebrate Christmas the 24th and 25th of December. And then, like I said before, the wise men, January 5th, open the present 6th. And so as New Year's Eve is in the middle of that, they celebrate New Year's Eve as kind of Christmas. And so like they have like 3 weeks of Christmas or 2 weeks. So it's quite intense, lots of get-togethers, friends that, people from other countries are coming back if they, live there. So we saw some friends this week who are living in the United States. and his girlfriend lived in Wisconsin, and I was like, really? So, and she had been to my hometown, so that was pretty interesting. Just seeing people and doing things is always fun. So, any final comments about Christmas? Because we spent half the time on Christmas, and I'd like to discuss other traditions as well.
Yeah.
So, any final thoughts?
Yeah, Western Christmas is more a kind of family oriented, as you said.
Correct.
We go to Japanese New Year's Day holidays.
Okay.
Yeah. I got a Christmas gift on Christmas Day, and I got a New Year's money gift. So during this holiday season, pretty happy holidays for kids, actually.
Yeah, absolutely. We only got gifts for my parents and then Santa and things like that, but we always had a lot of different gifts, and it's a magical time of opening everything, and I don't know, I think it's a really nice thing. And as Marco said earlier, it's not the same when you get older. That magic is gone, and so when I see the Christmas tree and I'm like, oh, and that's really great, but there's nothing else. So I should turn it on during the day. It'll probably be up until February, knowing me, so might be a while. But I wanted to mention too that I had put up the Christmas tree right after Thanksgiving, because that's what we do. We think about Halloween in October. As soon as October is over, we think, as soon as Halloween's over, which is the 31st, the next day is November. So when we're focused on Thanksgiving, as soon as Thanksgiving is done, Black Friday happens. Why? Because lots of people start focusing on Christmas and buying things. And then it's Christmas. So we have like 3 months of very intense holidays. And that's it. So good. All right. So other money. Is that?
No, I want to mimic the fact that this period are really, really expensive because you are compelled to buy gifts, other things or things that you need. I don't know. Probably for you, it's not like I live in December, but probably. For other type of job is similar. What I mean that for me December is the best month in the year because I got the double wage. So for me, it's a fantastic month, no? But I suppose that's there is a reason because you are compelled to buy more and more, no? Having a double wage, a double salary, of course. Most of the time, I try to. I am obliged to spend all probably
all that money.
Yeah. It's very difficult to save some money because you know when you receive a huge amount of money, your mind tend to be diverted, no, because you are not used. So,
unfortunately,
I need a new dress. I would like to go to a short vacation and so on. No,
yeah.
And also, in my case, my sons or my wife, they know very well that. So also they ask me something more.
They take advantage as well. Yeah. Who wouldn't? So no, I definitely agree. Whenever you have that extra money, it's like, oh, I've wanted to buy this for a while, and now I can. So why not?
It's difficult to think. Oh yeah, I got an extra money. I put them aside. No, I didn't touch them. No.
Exactly. Well, good. Yes. So Christmas is quite expensive. And Ken, is there a big holiday in Japan, something that's very unique to Japan?
Yeah, New Year is celebrated maybe all over Asia or other countries, but Other biggest holiday season is the August. August,
Okay.
3 days in August. It's a bit like Halloween, Celtic belief, that these 3 days, it is said, ancient kind of not offspring, sorry, uh, different opposite to offspring, which means ancestor. Sorry, our
Okay.
ancestors came back to the world. So these 3 days are kind of not celebration because related to such kind of past ancestor things. So some people go to the graveyard for the ancestors to pray or decorate it as flower. Also, it's many companies it's day off, so it's many people came back to their home, maybe prefecture, so hometown. I mean,
Their hometown. Yep, I was just gonna say that. Good. Interesting. Well, actually, in Spain, there's something very similar, and I'm sure in Italy as well. All Saints Day, November 1st.
November. Okay, right.
Yeah, so we basically have now Halloween, and then the next day is the day that you go to the grave and you celebrate, you clean the tombstone, and all of this is coming to me in Spanish, and then you put new flowers out, things like that. August. There is a holiday here in August. It's the 15th.
Yeah, it's
And I don't know what it
it's
is.
the same in Italy, the same
It has
like
to
in
be a
Spain.
virgin or something. There's so many holidays for virgins, it's crazy. Like here in Spain, the 6th and the 8th of December are holidays. One was the Ascension, I think, and one, I don't know, the Constitution or something was the 6th. Anyway, so that's why I was gone earlier in December, is because there's 2 days off in that week. And so that's when we went on holiday. But there's so many like celebrations of Catholic things, saints and virgins. And for example, my saint day is March 23rd, Saint Rebecca. So, and some people, depending on how religious they are, celebrate it as if it were a birthday. And even my husband's grandma said one time that so she sometimes confuses the saint day and their birthday because it's just such an important thing to her. So I'm like, come on, the birthdays, really? So that's something, but it depends, all the famous people, the famous names, the Jose's, the Antonios, the Juans, all of those are like the famous ones. And then when it comes to my saint day, no one remembers. And I'm like, hey, where's my money? Everyone else gets money for their saint day. So not that I should say that, because it's not, that's not, why I want people to recognize my saint days for the money. But I don't think it's fair if you recognize a certain number of saints during the year and then you don't recognize other ones. So it's all about being fair. But there's so many holidays here. I mean, I don't think there's one full month in which we work every single day. Kind of
In
don't
Italy,
think so. Yeah? Tell me.
in Italy is the same like in Spain. We tend to celebrate. We tend to have lots of holidays, and fortunately or not, it depends on at the kind of age you've been living. Of course, if you are a boy or a girl that you're going to school, you would like to prefer that holiday. They are many more. But for people that, of course, they are working, is different. But like you said earlier, we celebrate the 1st of November for our dead, no, dead relatives or parents or people that unfortunately passed away. On like you said, on 15th of August is another celebration in Italy, because Spain and Italy, Spain is a huge percentage of Catholic, like in Italy. And probably in some way, I do think they are most attached to the Catholic celebration or church, because I still remember when time to time I go to Rome and I see many buses of Spanish people go there to visit the Pope and all the Vatican city.
Well, I mean, here there's churches all over the place. Catholic, and I think it's interesting just because, I mean, for any kind of virgin, or there's a patron saint of every town, when it's that patron saint, that town like shuts down. They're like, it's party time. It's like, don't work.
Yes.
And it's just kind of interesting how it's different. It's just so different. In the United States, we couldn't do that because there's so many different religions. Yeah. And one thing that I noticed when I went to Prague was that they were saying that I think 80 or 90% of the population is atheist, in which they don't believe in God at all. And they have so many churches. And so now the churches aren't used for mass and church, but used for concerts because you can hear very well in them. So that was something that was just crazy to hear. You know, one was a rock and roll concert. I'm like, in a church? So, and so are there churches? I mean, there have to be churches, just like there's synagogues and, you know, other kind of religious praying institutions. I'm not even coming up with the right words. But what about, you said there's 2.6% of the population is Catholic?
I think Christians, including Catholic.
Christians. Okay, sorry, yes.
Yeah, according to the Wikipedia. Okay. To check that briefly.
That's interesting. And so there's basically no influence.
But influential because, you know, Western world are influential, like, you know, we imported a lot of customs, Christmas customs. So, and then maybe Halloween started maybe 2 or 3 years ago. So commercially it overwhelmed Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day also we imported the custom from the West Europe, America. Yeah, that's a kind of Japanese thing, typical modern Japanese thing. Not modern. It is said Japan imported a lot of things from different countries, and we arranged it in our own way. It could be our tradition. For example, you know, we imported the Chinese characters from China, and we arranged how to use it. It's different. The usage is different from Chinese people using Chinese characters. Maybe it could be a Japanese thing, probably.
Well, that you kind of take something and do it your own way. I mean, there's a lot of inventions and innovation in Japan in general, so it doesn't surprise me. If you're going to steal a tradition, you should keep it relatively traditional to the but no, I think that's good. Well, interesting. And then, are there any other festivals or holidays or anything that's super huge or important? Except you said the one that's near Halloween, but similar to Halloween, but
third biggest holiday season is May. The end of the April and 1st of May. It's called Golden Week. Actually, I don't know why, but coincidentally, a lot of holidays in such 1 week. So kind of Constitution Day, Kids Day, yeah, a lot. So technically, people can take off that 1 week. It's called Golden Week.
Interesting. I haven't ever heard of anything like that. I think all of our holidays are spread out, especially in the United States. I guess here in Spain, they just have holiday after holiday. But in the United States, I mean, January, there's, you know, the 1st of January, then there's Valentine's Day in February, March is St. Patrick's Day, April, Easter? I guess it depends on when Easter is. May, I'm trying to think. Here, May 1st is Labor Day. In the United States, Labor Day is in September. So it just kind of depends. It's a little bit crazy. Oh, Mother's Day and Father's Day are actually completely different. Here, Father's Day is on St. Joseph Day, just as Joseph was Jesus' father. So that is their Father's Day. But Mary, St. Mary, it's not Mother's Day on St. Mary. So, okay, so it's Labor Day, the 1st of May as well. Yeah. And so Mother's Day here is in May, but I think it's the first week. And in the United States, it's the second week. United States Father's Day is in June, and here it's in March. So it's kind of crazy. Really, really crazy. And actually, I know someone whose birthday and name is Jose, not my husband, but someone else. His name is Jose. So they celebrate a saint day. He celebrates his birthday. And if one day he becomes a father, it's going to be his Father's Day too. So it's like a little bit crazy. The 8th of May. I want to say the United States is the second week and Spain is like the first. Sundays, of course. But I find that interesting. Do you celebrate Father's Day and Mother's Day, Ken?
Yes, I think it came from America. So same day as in America, I guess.
Stop stealing my holidays.
Yeah, that's pretty Japanese. Yes.
You steal everything. Well, interesting. You're so good at inventions, but obviously not for holidays. And Marco, what about Father's Day? When is Father's Day?
Father's Day is on the same age, on the same date that you said earlier in Spain, on 19th of March.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh, as I
Interesting.
said, Spain, Italy.
Basically the same.
Yeah, basically the same. Yeah.
That's interesting. I didn't realize that we were so. It makes sense, obviously, because of the whole Catholic stuff. But
Yeah.
I didn't really realize that. So, isn't it funny that like Father's Day is one specific date that changes the day every year, but then Mother's Day is always on a Sunday in Spain and the United States. So, it doesn't really make much sense. So, maybe the day of rest, they can give it to the mom on Mother's Day. So.
Probably there are too many celebration day, because I suppose, I don't remember now, but there should be also a specific day for granny, for example, in Italy, but I don't remember now when, because it's not so famous like Father or Mother days. But,
Exactly. Yeah, there's Grandparents' Day in the United States as well, and here I don't know. I don't know if there is or not. So
no, it's not famous, but
it exists.
Yeah, it exists. It's also probably there should be also a pet days, or I don't know,
Yeah.
hamster day, a fish day.
There's something. I think this is October 19th. It's called.
Oh, the sweetest day. Oh, never heard.
It's kind of like a second Valentine's Day where you just buy something for your sweetie. So.
But you know, I suppose commercial shop or factories, they probably would like to invent new celebrations day.
Exactly. Probably. They're trying. I think eventually Spain is just going to be one big party and no one is ever going to work. So, because as I said, they keep adopting American holidays as well, and little by little, and so interesting. Yeah.
No, I just wanted to highlight the simple fact that I do love thinking that you should show your respect and your special stance or attitude towards people, especially not in a specific celebration day, but in the normal day. No, should be better, in my opinion.
Absolutely. Good. Well, we're coming to the end of this class, and so I just kind of want to ask if there's anything that you want to talk about today. My family's celebrating Christmas, so I don't know if I'm going to Skype with them or not. I kind of hope so. So I can see everyone together. But any final comments about any holidays? Anything that you thought, oh, I didn't say that and I wanted to?
Yeah, I think sometimes our rituals kind of the same. I think maybe because what humans think maybe similar all over the world, or even in the past, people are kind of people's exchange happening,
Mm-hmm.
so that's the reason why some customs, some kind of concept are similar around the world.
Yep, absolutely. I don't actually know, but I'm sure it is. So good. And Marco,
And
did you want to
then,
say anything? Yeah.
yeah, no, I just was remembering, about my past, and then I suppose I imagine that you both, you Rebecca and Ken, probably uh, have some special memories in your past about Christmas, no? Because we are going to celebrate Christmas, and about that, I still remember like it were today, it's so vivid in my mind when I was 6 years old, and I got my first red bike from my parents. It's still there in my mind, like it it were uh, in front of me in this moment, and I do think even for you both, no, you have a special Christmas in your life.
Mm. Well, thank you, Marco. I plan on spending it with family, and that's about it. So, and Skyping with my family as much as possible to see everyone. So, and Ken, I mean, you're not sure what you're going to do yet. So,
I got a present from my parents. Yeah, that's a good kind of sweet memory of mine. And even the present has gone, but our experience memory exists. That's
Mhm.
yes.
Yeah, it's always those special times of, I think part of the non-magic that we have now for Christmas is just because when we're young, you believe in Santa, you believe in this, believe in these other things, and um, you aren't worried about anything as a child. As children, we don't, worry about, okay, we need to do this now, we need to do this. And as adults, of course, we're busier and we're worried about different things, and we have to do the traditions, and before it was done for us. And so it is this magical time, I think, for anyone who's a young child, just because it was a time to enjoy, and now we miss that because now we have to plan and we have to cook and buy things, and we're just crazy busy with everything. So hopefully we can all relax and have fun and enjoy the holidays. And that's it. On Monday, there's no class because it is a holiday. And so I don't know. Oh, I don't even know what we're
And
talking about.
if you let me, Rebecca,
Yeah. Go
I,
ahead.
I wanted to point out another thought that I have had now in this moment. When I was a little boy, I still remember this moment, no, this holiday, because not only for these moments, this period of the year, but in the whole year. I when I looked at my parents, I looked at to people, no, a mother and a father, of course, but with the superpower. As for me, they had a superpower. No, they could do everything. That's one of the best memories that I can feel now. For example, of
I
course.
think you're absolutely right.
For me, it's a different because, of course, I am more nostalgic about compared to you. Fortunately for you both, because my parents passed away. But that's a kind of memory. It keep on going to keep me warm inside me.
Exactly. Well, best wishes for Christmas, and thank you, Ken, for doing my work and telling me what we're doing next class. So, boom, there it is. So the reading corner, we'll be reading next week on the 27th. So in 5 days, yeah. So Wednesday, because Monday there's no class.
Probably, Rebecca, if you let me, Ken is your secretary.
He's a good secretary, actually. He's in for everything always. He's good for information, good for testing.
Yeah.
What's this?
Partner.
He's more of an assistant, I'd say. Well, good. Well, now we are at the end of the class, so I just want to say thank you for joining, Marco. It's always wonderful to see you. Ken, thanks for joining as always. Very dependable. And so we'll see you before, well, after the Christmas holidays and before the New Year's Eve holiday. So everyone enjoy your time with your friends and family, and we will see you soon.
Thank you so much, and let me return your same wishes to you, your family, and your beloved ones. Of course, to Ken too. Merry Christmas. See you soon.
Sounds good. Well, Merry Christmas, Ken, as well, and Marco and everyone. And I will see you on Wednesday, hopefully, okay?
Okay, happy holiday seasons. See you. Ciao, ciao.
All right, thanks, Ken. Bye.
Ciao, ciao.